gentlemen, what side opposition believes today is that approving the right of parents to choose the gender of their children will improve the well-being of that child as well as the rest of society. We feel that because our population is growing at an exponential rate, we have to be able to even out the amount of men and women there are on this planet. And we feel that by allowing parents this specific right to choose the gender of their children, we will therefore be helping this growing problem of our growing population, rather than disapproving them their freedom of choice. So before we get into the constructive arguments of side opposition, I'd like to clash with what the first proposition speaker had to say. How much time? Firstly, they said that parents will choose everything if they are given this one right to choose the gender of their child. They feel that parents would act as if they are God and choose and decide in every single aspect of that specific child's life. We on side opposition feel that this is absolutely untrue. We feel that parents have a right to decide what kind of child they want to raise. For specific reasons such as what my partner will be later bringing up about specific diseases in different genders, we feel that by allowing them to choose, they are not necessarily playing God. However, they are just concerned about the well-being of that child and the well-being of society as a whole. What they also said was that it would be unconditional love to this child. They feel that because the parents will in turn receive the child that they wanted in the first place, that they will love this child more than what they would if the gender of the child was put up to chance. However, we feel that any parent that has a child will definitely love their child regardless of what their gender is. However, they do deserve the right to choose what gender their child is, and they deserve the right to decide what is in the best interest of that child. So we feel that it is not unconditional love. However, it's just the enormous amount of love that any parent would give to their child. What they also said was that China's one-child law is increasing the amount of males in that society. Side proposition feels that because China has a law that only allows one child per family, that there is an increase in the amount of males and a decrease in the amount of women. However, in this society, rather than focusing on one country alone, allow us to take this argument from a global perspective. So, in this world right now, we're experiencing something called the disappearing male. There are more women on this earth than men, which is in direct clash with what side proposition had to say. In this world, the men are decreasing at an enormous rate, and the women are just increasing. If people want male childs, rather than using a genetic lottery, which is what side proposition seems to believe will help. No, this isn't here. Okay, what side proposition believes will help, we believe that by allowing them to choose the gender of their child, more males will be born. So on to my constructive arguments. Firstly, every human on this earth has the freedom of choice. They are entitled to this right, and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that men and women of full age have the right to marry and found a family. They have a right to marry who they choose to be their spouse. They have a right to choose what kind of children they want. Every person deserves a right, a basic human rights. And one of these rights includes the right to founding a family. So if they feel that they want male children, they have a right, and they are entitled to this right, to make sure that they have male children. If they decide that they want more female children in their family, they have a right to ensuring the fact that there will be more females in that family. So if we allow this genetic lottery, which is basically what side proposition thinks will save the world, if we have this genetic lottery, there will be parents won't be able to easily choose what is in the best interest of that child. They may be wanting a male child because they know exactly what they need a male in their household. Maybe they need someone that is stronger. They will want a male in their household for these kind of tasks. They have a right to choose a male rather than a female. And the only person it's going to be affecting is the family itself. We feel that because it is only affecting the parents, because it is their child and they will have to go about raising it, they have a right to choose how their child will be. This isn't necessarily choosing the child's entire lifestyle. However, it is only choosing their gender. And this is a small freedom that we feel that all humans are entitled to, specifically parents. So, another topic is that of China's one child per family law. So I already mentioned this earlier in a POI as well as earlier in some class. However, allow me to refresh your memory of what this law is. China has a law that every family is only entitled to having one child. They are only allowed that one child for the rest of their marriage and the rest of their lives. We feel that if they aren't given the freedom to choose how many children they can have, they at least deserve the freedom to choose what gender their child is. They have a right to choose whether they want a male child or if they want a female child. Yes.
So are you saying that by allowing this, parents are going to be loving this male child more than a female because they really didn't want that female in the first place? And if we left it up for chance, we would be having this whole society of unloved children?
Well, what side proposition seems to neglect is the fact that if parents wouldn't want that specific child in the first place, they would probably put it up for adoption or just abandon it entirely. We feel that this is unethical to abandon a child for no specific reason. So we feel that by allowing them to choose the gender of their child, there's a less chance that they'll want to abandon that child during the early stages of their life. So to walk you through how much time left? Okay. So to walk you through what has been done so far in this debate, side proposition seems to be bringing up the fact that the genetic lottery of not being able to choose what gender a parent's child is, they feel that it'll benefit society on a great scale. They feel that the child will receive the love that they need. However, they are neglecting the fact that all parents will love their child regardless of what gender they are. They may want a specific gender. They may want a specific gender for reasons they may have. However, they have a right to choose a gender. They will still love that child. And this is absolutely untrue that they will not love the child if they choose a different gender. Because what they are also trying to say is, let me find what I was trying to say. What they are also trying to say is that we shouldn't allow them to have male children because that means they won't love the other children.
Sorry.
So this is absolutely contradicting what they have been saying the entire time. Because if a parent is able to choose the child, they're most likely not going to abandon the child at early stages in their life. But what we have said on side proposition is that every human is entitled to certain freedoms. Every human is entitled to choosing how they want to operate their family, and every man and woman of full age has a right to marry and found a family. And we believe that as long as we support our freedom of rights, the resolution cannot and will not pass. Thank you.